All right, y'all. Um, for this video, this video is going to be a law video concerning the law of God in the Bible, the law of Moses, and specifically, I'm going to talk about if you can be saved by the law. If you can be saved by the law, that's one thing that I want to talk about. That a lot of people think, like, oh, it's impossible. We can't do the law anymore because we can't perfectly keep it and all that stuff. And a lot of things that people just want to sit here and say about how we're under grace now, and it's stupid. It's stupid. But I'm going to explain um a lot of stuff in this video. But firstly, this one thing I kind of want to clear up a little bit. Kind of a lot of people uh may not understand this verse. But firstly, let me go to Deuteronomy 22:5. All right. So it says right here, I'm gonna explain this one law real quick, and then I'm gonna get into the lesson. This is just like a sidebar, like a side little lesson or whatever. I want to do like a hit it and quit it. But Deuteronomy 22:5, one law talking about the woman wearing what a man wears. But let me see. Well, let's read. It says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination to the Lord thy God." So, for one, in this context, at the same time, it is talking about clothes. But this is also, in a sense, a double entendre, into where it's talking about man's clothes, but also in terms of war. And I'm gonna explain that real quick. So let's look up the definition for that word, or the Hebrew for that word man. So it says man, strong man, warrior, emphasizing strength or ability to fight. So this is talking about war. So in that sense, a woman should not be in the army of God in terms of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to that army that's going to fight, there shouldn't be any woman there. So when it comes down to the military and everything, there shouldn't be women in the military, because they should be at home chilling, while the man, you know what I'm saying, that's just in terms of a world sense, connecting the Bible to it. But in terms of God's, like, army, God's army is going to have mainly men, or mostly men. There's not going to be any woman who is going to be a warrior. You know what I'm saying? So that's one context of, or one entendre of the you know what I'm saying, one meaning of the double entendre. But it is also talking about clothes too. Now, one thing I'm gonna say this: a lot of people use this verse to say that women can't wear pants. So let me look up woman pants real quick. So y'all think about this real quick, right? Would you see a man wearing this? Just think about it real quick. Would you see a man wearing this? These are some very tight pants, like that is meant for women. Would you see a woman, I mean a man, wearing these type of leggings? Just look about the different pants, and you see how all these pants are those that pertain to a woman. So just because people want to make that assumption that, oh, a woman can't wear pants because men wear pants, that doesn't make any sense. Because for one, there are pants that pertains to women, like these. All these pants, they pertain to women. If you see a man wearing this, you'd be like, what is he wearing? Why is he wearing those type of pants? But the law is not sitting here saying that what's called it. It's not saying that a woman can't wear pants. This just because a man, because women and men wear pants. But it's because a woman, you know what I'm saying, can't what's called it. This because a woman has what's called it what I'm trying to say. Basically, women can wear pants, but just not the pants that pertain to men. Men can wear pants, just not pants that pertain to women. Same thing. It's the same thing. So if you see a man wearing these things right here, women can still wear these. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with this at all. So a lot of people want to like have that mindset of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, women can't wear pants. Like, no, like a woman can wear pants that pertain to them, just not pants that pertain to men. So if you see a woman wearing like actual jean pants that men wear, that's when it's a problem. Pants like these, basically. Dykes. That's what I'm talking about. Dykes. Dykes where men, that's an abomination. If y'all see a dyke, they wear these type of pants. Especially this. Where is it at? Especially these pants right here. A lot of dykes wear these pants. So dykes are abominations because they wear, you know, things that pertain to a man. But it doesn't mean that, you know, a woman can't wear pants though, because there are women pants that pertain to them. So that's just one thing I want to clear up, because there are a lot of Hebrew Israelites out there. Like, not saying that they're false prophets or anything, but it's just a misunderstanding and misinterpretation of the word, in a sense like not really explaining the word in the actual right way. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that a woman can't wear pants, but they just can't wear something that pertains to a man. It's because you got woman pants and you got man pants. So saying that a woman can't wear pants at all just because a man wears them, it doesn't make any sense. Because there are women, that means that they should just take all the woman pants off the market. You know, all these pants that looks like that's very tight for women, that means they should take all those pants off the market. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like a kind of like a, you know what I'm saying, misunderstanding of that verse. But let's go again to the lesson though and explain how we can be saved through the law. So firstly, I'm gonna give y'all some quick cuts, because every verse I'm gonna give you is gonna be a cut on this doctrine. So first of all, hold up, Salakia. Numbers. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go to Matthew 5:17, and this is an easy cut, but I'm going to explain more and more and more. So first of all, this also for those who say the law is done away with as well, but I'm gonna connect all this stuff real quick. So Matthew chapter 5:17-19. So it says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. So for one, heaven and earth have not passed yet. So that's one. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Let y'all know this right now. All of the law has not been fulfilled by Yahawah yet. Y'all want proof? Let me prove real quick. So let me go to Numbers. Just give y'all some verses to show how there are things from the law that hasn't been fulfilled just yet. Now, just because it hasn't been fulfilled doesn't mean that it's a sin or that Christ is sin. It's just saying that he had to go through certain things on this earth first, and then when he comes back, he's going to fulfill these things. But Numbers 27, Numbers chapter 24:17, it says, "I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh." So saying that basically right now, like, you know, we're going to see something in a minute, but it's not right now. But it says, there shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Sheph. So Moab, if I remember, also it says also in Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. Israel shall do valiantly. So this is talking about, this is an end time prophecy for one. This is an end time prophecy. If you know about Edom, I'm not Edomites are quote unquote white people. Are they possessed yet? Or do we have them in captivity? So no. This it's a part of the law, but it hasn't been done yet. Moab. I think Moab is either the Asians or Chinese. I always get them two mixed up sometimes, but I gotta remember that. But either one of them, whichever one, have they been destroyed yet? Even the children of Sheph, like, have they been destroyed yet? All this is law right here that hasn't been fulfilled just yet. Let me give you some more laws that hasn't been fulfilled just yet. Let me see. Deuteronomy 30 says, "It shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee." So this is talking about us being redeemed and ruling over the nations. He's going to turn our captivity from us and put it on our enemies. So has this happened yet? Or are we still in captivity? There are a lot of laws that hasn't been fulfilled just yet. So once again, it's not saying that just because it hasn't been fulfilled doesn't mean that he broke a commandment, that he broke a law. It's saying that there are certain things in the law that needs to be done, like certain prophecies, I'll say that. Certain prophecies of the law that hasn't been fulfilled just yet, but it's going to be fulfilled in the near future. So that's letting you know that, in Matthew 5, when it says that one jot, one tittle, like, there are a lot of things that haven't been fulfilled just yet that's going to happen in the future. But that still gives you, just what's called an insight on how the law is not going to be destroyed, and how God, not God, Yahawah Shah, he's not coming to destroy the law at all. He said this himself in red letter. But then you read Matthew 15:19, which is the verse that cuts this whole thing. But it says, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." So if y'all sitting here saying that the law is done away with and that we can't be saved by the law, for one, why is it sitting here saying that whoever teaches the commandments, everything? Because it's connecting commandments to heaven. That's what it's doing right here. It's connecting commandments to heaven, which should lead you to assume or just figure out how the commandments are one of your keys to heaven. As simple as that. Commandments are one of your keys to getting to heaven. But I already made a video explaining a little bit of what heaven is, so I can go watch that video. I forgot what the video was called. I think it said, so Christ went to hell. Then that's what that video is titled. Christ went to hell, misconception. So watch that video and I explain what heaven is and what hell is. You can also go to my video I made I think about a week ago, saying that talking about the conception of hell, or what is hell. So just go watch those videos and then you come back to this one to understand what I'm saying about heaven and hell. But when it comes down to your salvation, and also whether or not you are have a high status in heaven, it depends on the commandments as well. And that's also in Revelation 2. Not Revelation chapter 2, but it's in Revelation as well. I'll say that, so y'all won't be confused. But Acts, let me go to Acts 3 real quick. I'm gonna read verse 18. But it reads, "But those things which God have showed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, and he have so fulfilled." So, like I said, there are a lot of things that hasn't been fulfilled just yet. The captivity of the Edomites, it hasn't been done just yet. Not yet. So that just lets you know, more proof and more, insight on this whole law thing. But a lot of y'all say, once again, that the law can't save you and that you're under grace. Only God can save you. Only Yahawah Shah can save you. Which, Yahawah Shah is the only one that can redeem us and save us. That is true. But at the same time, in order for him to redeem us and to us receive a blessing instead of a curse again, we got to do something. But if we can't be saved by the law, explain this then. If we can't be saved by the law, explain this. Luke chapter 10, verse 25. So it reads, and behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? What shall I do to inherit eternal life? And guess what Yahawah said? He said unto him, what is written in the law? What is written in the law? How readest thou? So the answer to his question was the law. He asked him, how do I inherit eternal life? How do I get to the kingdom? Basically. And Christ answered and said, the law. But let's continue to read though. Verse 27 it says, he answering said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. First of all, how do you love God? How do you love God? Through his commandments, right? That's 1 John 3, 5 and 3. Let's go to it. Since y'all want to say that the law can't save you or whatever. So 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. In order to love God, you must keep his commandments. It's as simple as that. Very simple. And let's go back. Let's go back. So he said, he talked about the law, he basically brought up the law, and guess what Christ said in verse 28? Christ said, thou hast answered right. Thou hast answered right. This do, and thou shalt live. The law. Do the law, and you will live. Very simple. Do the law, and you will live. To inherit eternal life, you must keep the law. But then y'all sit here and say that, oh, that's impossible to keep the law and everything. And the law is done away with. Well, if the law is done away with, that means Christ is done away with, right? If the law is done away with, that means Christ is done away with. Because Christ is in the law, y'all know that, right? Christ is in the law. Let's read it. Deuteronomy 18:18. It reads, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren. Who's his prophet? That's Christ. Like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command them. It shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken to my words, which will be spoken from Christ, Yahawah, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. So he's saying that, hey, if y'all don't hearken to my words, I will take that. I will take heed to that. I'm going to keep that in mind. Because I told y'all there's going to be a prophet coming in my name, and you don't want to keep his words, which is my word through him. All right, now. And let's also go to Romans real quick. Let's go to Romans. And this is one verse that a lot of y'all sit here and use to try to, I guess, defend y'all point about how we can't keep the law, or whatever it is, how we're not justified through the law, or whatever. Let's read though. Romans 2. I'm gonna start at 23. So it reads right here. It says, though thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law dishonorest thou God, for the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written, for circumcision barely profiteth, if thou keep the law, but if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. So what is this circumcision? What is circumcision? At the same time, circumcision is a custom in terms of, like, when your baby is born, you must circumcise your child, but it's not talking about actual circumcision right here. It's saying that when you keep the law, it's talking about a circumcision of your heart, basically. That's what it means. It says right here, but if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision, meaning that you kept, when you're circumcised, it means that you kept the law. But when you become uncircumcised, that means you're a breaker of the law. But let's continue to read. Therefore, if the circumcision keeps the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? Basically, you can be changed. You can go from uncircumcised to circumcised if you keep the law in your heart. Let's continue to read though. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of God. So a lot of people love to use this verse and say that, oh, that means that you're a spiritual Jew. All you gotta do is keep the law, you know, and what you call it? You're a Jew, basically. But it is saying right here that you're not a Jew outwardly. It says neither is that circumcision. So it's not talking about physical circumcision or being a physical Jew. In terms of like, you know, because Jews, in terms of Jews, that's first of all, that's one tribe of Israel. But in terms of Jews and everything, it's not saying that you can become a Jew if you keep the law. That's not what it's saying. Because you're already born a Jew. So you're telling me, so you're sitting here telling me that, oh, if you're an Edomite, you can become a Jew if you keep the law. Because that's what people are saying when they use this logic. All you gotta do, since Romans 2:29 says that if you're not that a Jew inwardly is one who keeps the law. First of all, who is he speaking to? For one, keep that in mind. For one, but for two, no one can just become a Jew or whatever just because they keep the law. If an Edomite keeps the law, he's still an Edomite. There's no difference in that. But either way, if an Edomite was to keep the law, that'll go against the prophecy that will happen to them. Because of the fact that it's prophesied that they're going to be destroyed anyway. So the law is not even pertaining to them. It's not even for them anyway, for one. This law is for the Israelites and only for the Israelites. At the same time, in the kingdom, we will be teaching, people, teaching the Gentiles about the law. But in terms of, just trying to sit here and say that, oh, all you gotta do is keep the law and you'll become a Jew. No, that's not how it works. It's basically saying how in order for the Jews, or for you to be a true Jew, in terms of like, or a true child of God, I'll say that. To be a true child of God, you must circumcise your heart by keeping his law, basically. That's basically what it means. So it's all about the circumcision of your heart. Simple as that. But let's go to, hold up. Some more laws that it's kind of should be easy to keep, for one. Because there are laws that while we're in our captivity, we can still keep them to the best of our ability. It's not that hard to do it. For example, like laws like tithing, because in terms of tithing, because we're not in our original land yet, so we don't really have a temple to put our tithes in, which is not money, which I already explained in one of my videos talking about how tithing is not money, but it's food. But in terms of like, wearing your fringes, not eating pork, keeping the Sabbaths, keeping the feast days, there are certain things that you can still do in terms of the law that is not that hard, because of the fact that there are certain circumstances we're in where we can't really keep certain laws. Not saying that just because we can't keep them don't mean we're breaking them. It's just the fact that where we're at right now, we can't really, we're not really able to do certain laws. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we have God's grace. The fact that he understands that we're in captivity, and the fact that we can't keep certain things sometimes. Or not even sometimes, like nearly all the time. Like tithing, we don't have a place to put, like I said, we don't have a place to put our tithes, even though it's lawful, but we don't have somewhere to keep our tithes. So under the circumstance we're in, or condition we're in, we can't keep certain laws. But other laws that are simple to keep, like the dietary laws and everything, like come on now, no excuse for that. But Isaiah 66:22, it reads, For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain. It shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. So, like I said, there are certain laws, like the new moons and Sabbaths, that you can still keep. But this new heaven and new earth hasn't come just yet, though. They haven't come just yet. But we can still keep these laws, though. We can still keep these laws. And even when we're in heaven, we're going to keep the laws too. In that new heaven and new earth, we're still going to be keeping the law. The law is not going to go away at all. The word, God's word, will still stand forever. It's very simple. Even the strangers that's in captivity, in I always call it, the strangers, they're going to keep the laws too. And they're in heaven with us if they make it. But Zechariah 14:16, it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Talking about these, that's a law. The Feast of Tabernacles, that's a holiday, or that's one of our holidays that we should keep. Not Christmas or Easter, whatever y'all be celebrating, those wicked holidays. Those Gentiles that will be in heaven with us, if they make it, the ones who are left, they'll keep the laws with us in their captivity. So the law, once again, is not done away with. This was just kind of a short video. I didn't want to really make this too long, but the laws is not done away with. We can still keep it, and plus we can be saved by it. Even if you go to Revelation 20, hold up, Revelation 22. I think it's in Revelation 22 or Revelation 20. Let me see. I think it's Revelation 20. I think it says, blessed are those who keep. Let me see. I think it's 22. Here we go. Revelation 22:14. This is Christ speaking too. Hold up. Well, this is not Christ speaking. This is not red letter. But it says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Once again, these laws are one of your keys, or basically the main key to get into heaven. If you keep his commandments, but I thought the law was done away with. I thought we didn't have to keep the law anymore. I thought we can't be saved by the law. But if you can't be saved by the law, then why is it saying that this law, these commandments are key to the gates to heaven? So that was just, a little quick video. I don't want to make it too long. Like I said, just want to kind of get that out the way and help y'all understand like the importance of, keeping the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahawah. But hopefully I got edified through the Spirit. And Salakia, because I should have did this in the beginning of the video. I want to always give praises to Yahawah Bashim Hawashah for making me be able to be a vessel to give out this word. I should have did that in the beginning of this video, but I was just speeding through things and everything, just trying to get it over with. But once again, hopefully I got edified though through the Spirit, through the word, and I got more and more videos coming on the way. And yeah, shalom.